I would say if you look at 2024 and 2025, what stands out is globally production is down for most of the varieties, especially in larger sizes and finer qualities. Now, emerald, we've seen a strong production those 2 years, but not so much in larger sizes and finer quality. That's down across the board. That is the main thing happening in the market these last 2 years. Demand has varied from country to country and is very strong in higher quality and larger sizes, but production overall has been down. Let's start with the biggest producer of emerald in the world, and that country is Zambia. Two biggest emerald mines in the world is the Gemfields Kaja mine and the Grizzly mine, and they're both almost right next to each other in Zambia, and both of them have been leaders in global production from any one mine. The Grizzly mine is a very large open pit mechanized mining operation. Their production has increased over the last 5 years, and over the last 2 years, their production has increased dramatically. Now, their geologists and mining engineers have studied the area, and at each end of the pit, they feel they have another kilometer to go for production and 1.5 kilometers to go for production. They feel their strongest productions are yet to come in the future. Now, I visited their commercial grade auction in Kitwe, and at this auction, they had over 1 ton of commercial grade emerald. Now, this material was carving, bead, cabochon, and some commercial quality facet grade material. And Grizzly and Pride Gems are bringing this quantity of material consistently to auction. You know, they brought a lot of material to auction in the second half, especially the last quarter of 2024.
Okay.
And at that time, the industry was adjusting to be able to assimilate all that material, while also it was more difficult for emerald cutters to finance buying the rough. Most of the Jaipur cutters that I talked with at the auctions said now the market is assimilating the larger amounts of rough, the more large and consistent supply of rough, and the emerald market is actually growing globally, especially in India. If we take a look at the Gemfields Kaja mine auctions, we can see that the November 24 auction, they did not sell as high a percentage of their production as they usually do. At that time, the market was having trouble absorbing all the emerald production. But if we take a look at their next auction in September 25, you can see they sold 100% of their material. And the price, you can see the price difference. The price is back up. So they had finer quality material, I would say, overall. We were both there. You had the financial problems of the Jaipur cutters getting financing. That has alleviated. And the market is growing for emerald. It is absorbing higher production. Now, in our trip to Zambia, we also took a look at some other mining areas. A mine that was owned by Chinese and artisanal miners were working it for them at that time, and other artisanal mining areas. The Chinese mine and other mines like them with investors, they've done core drilling and they're trying to find more investors to make it a mechanized operation. Artisanal mining is very hard for emerald, especially in Zambia. It's a hard rock stone, so they have to deal with hard rock using hand methods, and they can't go as deep, so they have to find areas where the schist, the rock that contains the emerald, is coming up in outbreaks on the surface. The key to more production from some of these areas are investors that put the money up for mechanized mining, or mines like Grizzly who are buying up these mines that are next to them so they can extend their production in the future. Now, also in 2025, we visited Brazil and stopped at the Belmont Emerald Mine, and we went to their auction in Bangkok, and we saw the whole mine to market for Brazilian emerald. Belmont may be the #2 biggest emerald producer in the world at this time. They brought 280 kilos to auction at the last auction. And they do this because they invest in their mine. They had recent investment in production and processing that enabled them to grow. Now, Marcelo is a very smart man. He would not bring more production to auction if he did not feel the market could handle it. He is very, very confident in all of the financials and what he sees in the global market to be able to increase the market share of emerald. While he sees the Chinese market has slowed, he sees the American market strong and the Indian market booming and more emerging markets. So I would say if we look at big producers of emerald in the world in the sense of Zambia and Brazil, the mines are feeling confident in the market and the mines are happy with their auctions. The Jaipur cutters, which cut over 90% of Zambian and Brazilian material, they're getting confident in absorbing this material and bringing it to the market.